Hello students, good morning once again. We are continuing our chapter 8 of class 12, that is strategies for enhancement of food production. In this chapter, in our last class, we have studied about animal husbandry. Means what is the need for improving the technologies in the production of food. As we know, in the last class, as I have told you that due to increasing population, the food need and the food requirement of our increasing population are increasing, or getting our need is maximum. So to fulfill these requirements, if we only depend on the traditional techniques of cultivation and animal breeding programs, then that will not sufficient. Clear? So that's why nowadays some new techniques are developed, both in case of animals for increasing their number and in case of plants for increasing their productivity. So today we will study about animal breeding, means how different type of animal breeding programs are done nowadays to increasing the food production for satisfying the food need. So animal breeding program is done through two types. One is inbreeding and another is outbreeding. We will study what is inbreeding. Inbreeding means when breeding is between animals of the same breed. Breed means which we can say in Hindi nasal. So breeding is the crossing between, or breeding means we can say cross or mate, when male and female are mated with each other. So in inbreeding, what happens? The animal of the same breed means same having the same genetic characters are mated. But due to inbreeding, there are some problems are created. Means first problem is increases homozygosity. Homozygosity means due to continuously, like you have studied in chapter 5, Mendel said that due to inbreeding depression occur. Inbreeding depression means due to continuous reproduction between the same species, the productivity, the quality and the quantity gradually decreases. Clear? That's why inbreeding is not a perfect technique to produce large amount of animals. Clear? So here inbreeding causes inbreeding depression. The question may arise that what is inbreeding depression? You can write inbreeding depression is caused due to continuous mating or continuous reproduction between the same species, due to which their productivity, quality and quantity decreases. Next, inbreeding increases homozygosity. Homozygosity means pure lines. Pure lines means the same character of parents are transferred to the next generation, to the next generation and to the next generation, due to which in transforming the characters of parents, there may be some harmful genes present in parents which will transfer to their offsprings, and so on. The harmful gene will transfer again and again to the next generation. That will cause the decrease in the productivity. So to overcome from the inbreeding depression, okay. So to overcome from inbreeding depression means to prevent inbreeding depression, to stop inbreeding depression and to increase the productivity, some outbreeding devices are developed in case of animals. So outbreeding is again of two different types. We can say as outcrossing and crossbreeding. Clear? One is outcrossing and another is crossbreeding. Before we study about outcrossing and outbreeding, let's know about outbreeding. What is outbreeding? Students, here I am telling you, we are studying about different techniques of animal breeding program. So breeding is of two types. One is your inbreeding and another is outbreeding. I have told you here what are the demerits of inbreeding, and to stop these demerits, outbreeding are done. And outbreeding is of again two types. One is outcrossing and another is crossbreeding. Clear? So first let's understand what is outbreeding. Outbreeding means when the cross takes place between breeds of two unrelated animals. Two unrelated animals means having no similarity in their genetic characters. Clear? It means when the two species are mated with each other, they are completely unrelated. Means their genetic characters must be different. In this case, what happens? The newly formed species have the genetic character that is combination of both the means two different parents means desirable characters. Here outbreeding also done to get the desirable characters. Means suppose we are mated male and female cow. That is, if we are trying to if we want that animal should give us milk, then the female must be having all the desirable characters, means female must be superior, and if we want it should give us meat, then here the male must be superior. So students, outbreeding you can define when the cross is done between two different breeds or breeding of two unrelated animals. Again, outcrossing and crossbreeding. You should attentively listen these two topics because students are getting confused in these two topics, that outcrossing and outbreeding. What is the main difference between outcrossing and outbreeding? Okay, so look, in outcrossing what happens, there is no common ancestor from either side, means both from male and both from female, which is to be mated. No common ancestors of either side of their pedigree up to 4 to 6 generations. Clear? Pedigree means here past. As we know, pedigree means past. Studying the life history of past generation is called pedigree analysis, which you already studied in chapter 5th. So here outcrossing we can define when there is no common ancestor of either side. Clear? When there is no common ancestor between the either side up to 4 to 6 generation of their pedigree, means if we study their life history up to back of 4 to 6 generation, then there should not be any species found to be mated with the male or female. That's why it is called outcrossing. So how we will define outcrossing? No common ancestors of either side of their pedigree up to 4 to 6 generations. Clear students? Next is crossbreeding. Crossbreeding means here the superior female and the superior male is only choose, having no common ancestors. Superior female means having all the desirable characters. As I have told you that if superior female is superior, then it should be give more and more milk. Clear? And if the male is superior, then it should give more meat. That's why superior male and females breed are mated with each other. Means from both the sides, both the species must be superior. Means fittest, having all the desirable characters. Means the characters which we want or which is needed by us for doing any breeding. So this is the main difference between outcrossing and outbreeding. Clear students? So here Hisar Dale is an example. Hisar Dale is the example which is the result of mating of Bikaneri avis and Merino ram. Bikaneri avis and Merino ram. This is a hybrid variety of sheep. Hybrid variety of sheep. This is created due to the mating of Bikaneri avis and Merino rams. In this way, we can get a desirable organism or superior or fittest organism to increase our need or to increase food productivity. So next is interspecific hybridization, which is another technique to increase the extra characters or desirable characters in the organism. Here what happens? Interspecific hybridization means here two genetically unrelated species are mated with each other. Remember, in interspecific hybridization, male and female of two different related species are mated with each other. Two different related. Here we can take the example of mule. Mule is the example of interspecific hybridization, which is called in Hindi Khachar. This is the combination or result of due to mating with the male donkey and female herds. Here both the species are different. Donkey is a different species and horse is a different species. But when mating takes place between male donkey and female herds, then the result will be mule. What is the importance of mule? As we know, the horse has the ability to do work more efficiently, and the donkey has the ability to carry loads. That's why when these two characters are combined, they will form mule. Clear? Here some more examples are we can found that one is your hinny. Hinny is also another example of interspecific hybridization in which the female donkey and the male horse is mated. Here the work is also same. So this is interspecific hybridization. We are studying about different techniques to increase the animal for our benefits and for our economic increasing our economic value or for our food demand. So another technique, that is your controlled breeding experiments. Controlled breeding experiment means, suppose let's take an example. If one bull is in Australia which has good meat, no fats, clear, and this is you can say elite bull, that is an elite bull, and we can't bring that bull to India. So here what happened? Here artificial insemination is done. Artificial insemination is the sperm from the bull is collected from Australia. Then it is through cryopreservation, which in -196 degrees Celsius, -196 degrees Celsius, stored in liquid nitrogen, stored in liquid nitrogen. Dear students, suppose we want to bring the sperm from an elite bull that is not present in India, we have to bring it from another country or from foreign country. Then it's impossible to bring that bull, so we can collect the sperm and through cryopreservation, means storing the sperms that is collected from the elite bull in liquid nitrogen at -196 degrees Celsius, that they can be bring and it can be inseminate artificially through injections, inseminate artificially into female body, and at a time we can able to create many bulls or cows. Clear students? If we use the traditional technique of mating the bull with cow, then it will produce a single animal. But if we do artificial insemination, means at a time we can able to produce thousands of animals. So this is another technique which is used nowadays to increasing the herd size, means to increasing the size of the number of the animals. This is called controlled breeding experiment, in which I have here told you about artificial insemination, means the semen or the sperm is collected from the superior or from the elite bull and that is put into the body of female cows, and at a time be able to get many animals. Next is another technique is your moed, which is very important, students. You can take the screenshot and write. Next is your moed. This is most important topic of today, most important in today's lecture. So let's define moed. Moed means multiple ovulation embryo transfer. Its full form is multiple ovulation embryo transfer. This is called moed. This is another technique which is done to increase the herd size or increasing the number of animals. So let's understand how this process occurs. Suppose let's think a superior female. A superior female at a time can produce a single egg. Clear? But due to increasing in the technology, here the superior female cow is administered with FSH-like hormones. Means FSH-like hormones, follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone. Due to which the normal cow per ovulation releases 6 to 8 eggs. Means if we normally release egg, then it will release only 1 egg per ovulation. But through moed, we can able to produce 6 to 8 eggs per ovulation by giving the female cow the FSH hormone, means follicle stimulating hormone, which increases the follicular process and produces 6 to 8 eggs. Then these eggs are collected, either they are artificially inseminated, artificially fertilized in the laboratory, or which is called in vitro, or from test tube baby. Then it is put into the female cows, normal female cows, in which we can get at a time. If a single cow produce, then it will take 9 months to produce a calf. But here the single cow's eggs, 6 to 8 eggs are collected and they are put inside the normal cow's body. Clear? And there they will grow. But they have the genetic character of that superior female. These cows which bear the egg of that superior female cow are called surrogate mothers. And the process is called surrogacy. Means in Hindi we can say as kiraye ki god. Clear students? Means the egg is from another cow and that is put in the body of another cow. So here the placenta is from other cow and the egg is from other cow, but it contains the genetic character of the superior female which it is collected. Clear student? So this is another technique. The question must become that what is moed and what is its importance. So you have to write moed is the technique to increase the number or the herd size, in which we can say multiple ovulation embryo transfer. In this process we can able to produce 6 to 8 eggs per ovulation by administering or administered after FSH hormone, which increases the follicular activity, and the superior female cow releases 6 to 8 eggs per ovulation instead of 1 ovum. And after collecting the ovum, either they are fertilized outside the body or inside the body of other normal cows. And after the same time, if we use the traditional technique, then we can get only one animal or one calf. But in this process, we can get 6 to 8 calves at a time, which is very helpful to us, and this is needed by us due to our increasing need. So students, these are the different techniques to increasing the food productivity by doing animal breeding programs.